Hello and welcome back to the Hype Bulletin, hosted by yours truly, Ralph Mentor. Now, again, if you guys are listening on the YouTube side of our podcast and all too as well, damn, I messed the opening up too as well. It's been a while since I've recorded at least all too as well, but again, let's reel it back. What's it called there? If you guys are listening on the YouTube side, please press that subscribe button, press like, and drop us a comment and all too as well. And if you guys are listening on the podcast platform side like Apple, Spotify, and Overcast and all too as well, please add us to your library for past, present, and future episodes too as well, and leave us a rating too as well, honestly. But as you can see on the screen real quick, and all, I do got a lot of Red Sox to talk about and all too as well. I feel like my voice is a little hoarse from the game I went to at Fenway and all too as well on Tuesday. A horrible game on Wednesday, unfortunately, but great game Tuesday and all too as well. The footage that I was able to get there too as well, I had no idea Fenway Park had padded seats and all too as well. The last time I was there was, I believe, 2014 all too as well. Could have been 2013 and all too, no, 2014, because it wasn't the World Series team and all too as well. But definitely been a minute since I've been over there, so I was very shocked too as well how padded the seats were. Pause if I had to add that too as well, honestly. But great time over there too as well. Definitely gonna have a future episode tomorrow. I'm serious this time about having like a back-to-back day of an episode at least. No, but this time it's serious because great things were going on with the Red Sox at least. No bad news honestly with Roman Anthony in his looks like strained oblique and all too as well. So, but we'll definitely get into that, like you see on my screen. And today's Thursday, September 4th, and all too as well, of 2025, and all too as well. Recording here at 10 minutes to 5, and all too as well. Bringing it down. But we got the NFL season starting today again with the Dallas Cowboys visiting the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles and all too as well. But it's obviously a perfect time. Last year, at least I did a whole like favorite player type of list and all too as well. But since baseball took up so much time for my podcast, at least in all this summer, and I definitely had no time for that too as well. They'll definitely shout out some players throughout my predictions for the 2025 season, at least and all too as well. But yeah, we're gonna go straight into it. Let me stop playing around at least not too as well. Maybe I'll go over the games a little after and all too as well. We'll see how long I go to as well, honestly. So, but it's gonna be. I've been doing like 30-minute joints with the Red Sox over the past summer at least, and I feel like I'm gonna be back into like the hour episodes of the podcast and all too as well with the NFL taking over at least and all too as well. We got a little college football going on too as well with some storylines and all too as well. And we got the NBA in the month. You know what I mean? The creme de la creme of what I'm into at least and all what I like to feature on the podcast at least and all. But today we're going to be breaking down the division. I got these notes right here and all too as well. So we're going to be breaking down the how are we breaking this down? Breaking down each division, regular season. Did I have records somewhere? Yep, I got records too, right? Yep, I got records too as well, honestly. So, yeah, I'll be breaking down the regular season all too as well then. Obviously based off my records and my seedings and all, I'll give you a playoff scenario and my eventual Super Bowl champion of this year, at least and all too as well. And I'll give you some of my award predictions too as well, honestly. So strictly based prediction show, type of thing, at least and all today and all too as well. Just looking over at the schedule over here too as well, because I'm curious how things are going to shake out in week one. I think, before I get into my predictions and all, and a little, since I have this week one thing there, might as well have a little spiel about it and all too as well. I believe the road teams are winning a whole bunch of these games this week and all too as well. I think the Cowboys are winning. The Chiefs are beating the Chargers and all too as well. We got the Steelers at the Jets and all too as well. Dolphins at the Colts. I'm not a believer in the Colts this year too as well, and you'll see how I feel by the end of these predictions and all too as well about that team. I could be terribly wrong, but because I'm about to go on a tangent, because the Colts have a talented team. I'm a fan of the Chris Ballard and all, their GM over there too as well. Been there for a number of years and all too as well. I think he's always done a solid job over there too as well. Cannot figure out the quarterback situation, so that is a fault of his at least and all too as well. But the decision making from their coach and all too as well, and starting the season with Daniel Jones, I just think I don't know. I'm just not, and they brought him over there for their number 4 pick, I believe, in Anthony Richardson and all too as well, because what he did with Jalen Hurts and all too as well. So, but we'll see how that goes and all. We got the Cardinals and the Saints. I got the Cardinals in that game. Giants, Commanders. I got the Giants in the surprising win and all too as well. Panthers, Jaguars. I like the Panthers a lot this season too as well. Got them beating the Jaguars. Bengals, Browns. Myles Garrett apparently just suffered an injury and all too as well. So more confidence that the Bengals are winning that game and all. Bucks and Falcons. Generally a pretty damn good game and all too as well between those two. The Falcons went what's it called there? 2-0 or yeah, 2-0 against the Bucks in the regular season. I'd be surprised if that happens again this year and all too as well. And I just love the weapons that the Buccaneers have this year too as well. No lie. So again, the Bucks on the road. I'm going to stop this road thing in this game and I'll definitely give the Broncos a dub. I'm a big fan of their defense this year too as well. I cannot lie. It feels like they got the best defense in football, but that's just me spieling. That's just me spieling and all too as well. But I do like the Titans and the surprise thing. We've seen these rookie quarterbacks do their thing and all too as well. I'm not saying Cam Ward is Jaden Daniels or Joe Burrow or C.J. Stroud, but we see how things have, let's say, continue with C.J. Stroud at least and all. We'll see how JD5 looks in his second season at least and all too as well. But, you know, you don't have to be an all-timer at the quarterback for a rookie to make a difference and all too as well. C.J. Stroud was just able to process and do things, you know, do the right, you know, make the right decisions and all too as well. Even though, you know, he didn't have like astounding numbers, but he made some clutch plays too as well, honestly. Cam Ward can do something like that too as well. He has the ability to at least, you know, flash, throwing the football and all. You know, the mechanics I feel like are kind of neat too as well, honestly. I think it's all the mental thing and all too as well, because in college, I forgot where he played. I think it was Washington he played. You know, mind me if I got it wrong at least. No, but ended up transferring to Miami and all too as well. So maybe it's a different school. I'm not too sure, but that is a knock about him at least and all too as well that he did. And what's it called there? Kind of like left where he started and went somewhere else at least and all. A bit of a knock, but a guy like Cam Newton did it. Cam Newton win Heisman and all, win a championship. There's a huge difference, but still, he put up some good numbers over there in Miami and all too as well. A number one pick in this draft and all, bar none, at the quarterback position and all too as well. So I would expect he can make some sort of difference for a Titans team. I think is pretty solid. All around, honestly, too, as well. He's just been missing at the quarterback position. And you got a pretty talented guy, number one pick and all, too, as well. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a second-round draft pick. You know what I mean? That you're hoping that can, you know, hit it out of the ballpark like Will Levis or anything like that. Cam Ward's, you know, a legit college quarterback, you know, project, I would think, and all, too, as well. So, and Brian Callahan, I believe, is an offensive guy, too, as well. Could be misspeaking there, too. But it could be, you know, could be a good aid towards Cam Ward's rookie season, all, too, as well. But give me the Broncos. I still got the Broncos and all, too, as well. We got the Niners, Seahawks. That's a coin flip, too, as well. But for my narrative, for the moment, I'll pick the Niners as the road team to win that one. We got Lions, Packers, too, as well. I'm going to go with the Lions, too, as well as the road team. We got Texans, Rams. Going with the Texans, too, as well. Ravens, Bills. Going with the Ravens, too, as well. We'll get back and all, too, as well. I did hear Isaiah Likely's not playing, so that could be a factor and all, too, as well. But I see a Bills defense transitioning a bit, too, as well, honestly, so it could be a slow start for them. And, you know, Lamar Jackson can definitely do his thing and all. Then we get the Vikings, Bears. I am not a believer in the Bears and all. They can prove me wrong because they got the Ben Johnson is a capable OC, and obviously Caleb Williams, the number one draft pick, like I talked about with Cam Ward. That's him, at least and all, too, as well. So I don't have high hopes, though. But, yeah, give me the Vikings in that one, too, as well. So I got a lot of road teams winning week one and all, too, as well. I think could be a stellar surprise and all, too, as well. But we'll see how that shakes out. And also, let me stop tangenting now, and we can dive into my regular season picks and all, too, as well. So, yeah, these were the regular season records, at least, and also. Let me just go straight into the predictions and all, too. Do I go by... So I just organizing myself while I'm recording. It's crazy, right? But yeah, those are just I had the results of each game. I went through each week and I tallied wins and losses for each team, at least. And it has me. That's how I come up with these records. And it's just not some random thing. It's crazy. You know what I mean? I think it's a great way to do that because that's why over the last 2 years, at least, and I've had my faults. At least, no one's perfect. But felt like the Lions could do their thing in 2023 and all, and definitely felt like the Commanders can go 12-5 and all, too, as well, because it's just the way they lost games in 2024. Mad close games. Every time it was close, it was just Ron Rivera making a dumb decision and all, too, as well. I just like the whole revamp that they were doing. And JD5, I felt like was a special cat too as well, honestly. So, and he was not, yeah, Yeah, he was a Heisman, so let me not do that. But still, yeah, just trying to up Cam Ward to live for my argument, but still, you know what I mean. But still, though, looking at each week in the schedules and all too, so you can really get a good idea of how these games shake out and all too as well. That's why I'm blame the betting world for what they do and all too as well, because you can really piece it together and all too as well. Trust me, I've been wrong about some stuff. I'm trying to think of, I was high on the Falcons last year and all, and they failed me. Even though they finally put Penix in, they kind of say the second half of their season they almost made it, at least and all too as well, and it kind of bears into my point about my picks and all too as well. But let me stop now. I think I've gone 10 minutes of tangenting. That's kind of good. I kind of like that. I'm having way too much fun. But for the AFC East, I'm going to have. Ooh, okay, I didn't put it in order, but I got it. Obviously, the Buffalo Bills winning the AFC East and all too as well. Drum roll, please. You know what I mean? I'm having fun with it, but having gone 13-4 and all too as well. Like I mentioned, honestly, through the Week 1 games I was going through, the defense is probably going through a change. I like the change of their defense and all too as well. They have one of the Bosa brothers. I feel I'm just gonna butcher his name, Joey. Okay, they got Joey Bosa over there too as well. I know they brought back Tre'Davious White too as well. Honestly, let go of the Von Millers of the world. I think they still have the guys like Milano, and he's finally coming in healthy and all too as well. So no, Bills I think are the class of the AFC East and all too as well. They got that man number 17 and all too as well, and Josh Allen, the reigning MVP of the regular season and all too as well. So definitely got the Bills winning that. Second place though, give my Pats second place and all too as well. I think Mike Vrabel makes a true difference for this team and all. I just don't like the roster overall and all. I don't know what Drake May is too as well. Like this can change if Drake May is a floor raiser. I don't think so, because I feel like it would have flashed last year and all too as well. Like Jacoby Brissett won us the close game against the Jets, while Drake May in the same type of scenario lost the game against the Titans, even though he got us into into overtime and all too as well. I just don't know. You know what I mean? I got Christian Gonzalez, definitely questionable going into Week 1. I'm pretty sure doubtful at this point and all too as well, because he just hasn't practiced. I haven't heard that he practiced today, even flying around and all too as well. I still haven't heard that he practiced today and all too as well. So he's got no confidence that they can make some type of like wild card run with their 8-9 record, obviously too as well. Third place, give me the Jets, 6-11 and all. They're talented. I just don't know what scheme to be running. Aaron Glenn's scheme in Detroit, I was not impressed with. He's gotten off on the whole injury thing and all too as well. I really think if he schemed up better, they could have made, like, come on, you really giving up 55 points in the divisional game because of injuries? Bruh, you know what I mean? I just don't buy that. I just really don't buy that. I'm trying to think of a worse off defense that didn't give as much in the playoffs at least, but it's just a quick recollection all too as well. Maybe I'll think about it before I end this recording, but no, I just don't trust the scheme with the Jets at least too. I like the talent. Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Quinn Williams. I put Quinn Williams as one of my favorite defensive players last year, at least on two as well. And he had a down year. No, he wouldn't even made my list. I would have forgotten about him, honestly, because he made no impact and all too as well. But they got talent there. It's just about scheming all that together, honestly, too, as well. Breece Hall, maybe. I don't know if it's coming off injury or scheme that he hasn't played well, too, as well, over the past couple of seasons and all, too, as well. You can put injury there, but still, though, I don't know. I just don't trust the scheme for it. And I got the Dolphins. I got Mike Daniels fired. I don't know. I don't know. 2-15. Prove me wrong. I don't know, man. They have a culture issue, apparently, too, as well. Their best player is not even a captain on their team and all, too, as well. So I just have a hard time taking them. I have a hard time taking them seriously and all too as well. They can't win in the cold. I don't take the Dolphins seriously. AFC West and all too as well. Winner, a default too as well. Just like the Bills win the AFC East, I got the Chiefs winning it at 13-4. But they got something coming up there. Tails. Pause for them, at least all too as well, with the Denver Broncos. I'm a true believer in this defense and all too as well. Bo Nix, I keep forgetting about Bo Nix and all. Even with the Cam Ward thing, that's a better guy to explain at least and all too as well why I like Cam Ward and all. Bo Nix is no Pro Bowler, All Pro type of rookie QB and all, but he played whatever Sean Payton wanted him to play and all, and it led to success for them too as well. That's a better comparison, I should say, for Cam Ward and why I like the Titans a little bit. I'm probably going to spiel about them more when I get to the AFC South now. I'm blowing in and all. But again, though, I love their defense and all. I think Bo Nix can double up what he's doing and all too as well. Mark Sanchez did it. Why can't Bo Nix do it? It's a real thing in my opinion, honestly. Sean Payton, he's a champion coach. I don't believe in him too much, but he has the right right recipe to win, at least on two as well. And he's doing, and to a point that someone brought up in one of my buddy's spaces, at least on X, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, at least and all. This man always has a defense that's ball hawking. I think the Denver Broncos. I don't know if I feel like looking all this stuff up right now, but I believe the Denver Broncos were like top 5 in like forced turnovers from a defense, at least on two. So they got a guy like Patrick Surtain you don't throw on, at least on two as well. Is probably going to be a DPOY candidate with the defense that I'm high on, at least not two as well. But it's just, I don't know. It's just a lot like about their defense. No, they added to it. They added more vets now too as well. I know Greenlaw, been injured with the Niners, but he's over there. They got another veteran. I can't get his name on tap right now too as well. But still, I just feel like they got the right recipe and all too as well. They made the playoffs last year too as well. It's not like they didn't show up against the Bills either too as well. They kind of had, they had a lead, in the first stretches of the game at least and all too as well. So I feel like there's a lot to like about the Broncos and all too as well. I just don't know if they can take the Chiefs down. That's my only issue at least. But in the playoff scenario, one game. Next, I got the Broncos and all too. So I'm saving things. I'm just building things up. I can't help it. But in third place, I'll give the Las Vegas Raiders third place with an 89 record and all too as well. I don't know how to feel about them. I like their talent. I'm not even gonna lie. Come on, I'm a fan of tight ends and all too as well. Pause if that came out wrong and all too as well. But yeah, Brock Bowers as a rookie. I mean, I don't even think he flashed enough for people are talking about him enough too as well, honestly. But they got him. They drafted out Ashon Genty, who was a beast at Boise State and all for his time over there too as well. Numbers wise, you can say one of the best college running backs of all time, honestly. Numbers wise, I'm not saying it. I'm just saying his numbers are up there with, because of the 4 years he did over there and all too. So I think he was there. If not 3 years, he's, I think it's 4. I think he had some substantial time over there and all too as well. But Geno Smith I'm a fan of too as well. Geno Smith in first halves of the last couple seasons of the NFL has been in the MVP conversation and all too as well. The first half of these seasons and all too as well. He had a dope first 4 or 6 games to the Seahawks last year, and then I loved what he did the year before at least. I think going into Detroit and beating them too as well. Honestly, was that no? Yeah. I mean, they faced Detroit, I think, twice over the past couple of years now, but he's had some performances over there, too, as well. Mind you, how I feel about Aaron Glenn now, but still, you know what I mean? He's shown out in other games, too, as well, honestly, over the first half of the season. Just hasn't finished. I would say that's more team-wise, and I don't know if this team is good enough to help him finish, unlike the past couple of seasons and all, too, as well. But I put them third and all, too, as well. The Chargers are apparently a hot team right now that can make some noise, even make the Super Bowl and all, too, as well. To me, slow down, in my opinion, but we'll see. It's the Jim Harbaugh effect, at least on too as well, of taking programs and building them up and all, and I respect that. I really do respect that. I felt like the 49ers were loaded when he came over there quick and just took over. They were loaded, in my opinion. He just figured out the quarterback situation, at least and all too as well. With Michigan, he had to clean that out and dig out. I think the Chargers are the same thing, but what he was dealing with Michigan and all too as well is not the Niners and all too as well. That team was just loaded, especially on defense and all too as well. Frank Gore is your running. Team was loaded, and they had the quarterback the whole time. They just had no one to coach it. Who was it, Chip Kelly? You know what I mean? Excuse me and all, but still, no. I feel like I don't hate Jim Harbaugh. I don't think he can make a difference with the Chargers, but I think the same thing he had to do with the Michigan go down to come up. It's the same thing. When he came with the Niners, he just beamlined straight up to NFC Championship games and Super Bowl appearance and all too as well. That team was talented as hell, bruh. I don't see it with the Chargers in that type of sense, at least. They got talent. They've drafted well. I'll give them credit too as well. To my buddy Vince's point on his Twitter, his X space, his Twitter space at least and all. It's a huge injury loss of their O-line and all. Ronnie Stanley, because I know the Pats were interested in him too as well, but he ended up getting hurt. Please mind me if I got the name wrong. Let me just. All right, now I'll start Google searching to make sure I got some information right for y'all. But I'm pretty sure it's Ronnie. But let me look it up. Ronnie Stanley. Let's see. Let's go to the news. Oh, no, it's not Ronnie? Oh, I'm happy. All right, I kind of felt like I was wrong about that. So let me look at the Charger. Yeah, I think Stanley stuck in my head because the Pats were interested in him. They wanted to give him money and all, but chose to go back. I mean, he didn't chose to go back. Yeah, he played with the he went to the Chargers after. But let me. No. I'm fucking. Oh, yeah, I'm messing up. Ronnie Stanley went back to the Ravens. That's what I thought. Okay. Right? Okay. All right. I'm messing this all up. right now with that offensive tackle's name. So let me slow myself down. Tackle injury. Get this name down. Oh yeah, Slater. Okay, Rashawn Slater. My bad. I knew there was like an S in there and all, but Ronnie Stanley stuck in my head because the Pats couldn't get him and all too as well. But yeah, they lost him for the season all too as well. Yeah, with a torn patella tendon and all too as well. So, that's one of their strengths too as well. They did draft Joe Alt, and he's pretty dope too as well. Apparently too as well, honestly. So, but I don't know. I just feel like the schedule was very beneficial to them last year too as well. Honestly, I'm just having a hard time thinking they can double up what they did last year too as well. I'm not a fan of Justin Herbert and all too as well. I got a funnier name that I've taken from other people and used on the X Spaces and all other platforms and all too as well. I'll let it be here. But if he plays like it, I'll start calling it on the podcast. Don't worry about it. It's just a new season. We'll let things be for the time being, at least and all. But I'm just not a big fan of the Chargers this year too as well. I really think Jim's got to go down to come up with this team and all. He did what he did last year and all too as well. Like I said, it's more cost of the schedule and all too as well. I will admit. The AFC is not as strong as it used to be. The NFC is now strong. I can't wait to get into those predictions on that side at least and all. But so that's why I think they tweaked in. I think they tweaked in as a 7 seed, if not a 6 seed at least and all too as well. So I don't know. There is a team that, even though I'm saying they can go 6-11, they can easily be what the Denver Broncos are and the second best team in that division all too as well. There's certain teams I'm confident will stick. You know what I mean? Like the Dolphins and all too as well. I don't even care. But with the Chargers at least, I'll be fair that these could be one of these teams that maybe Justin Herbert is that guy. Their offense line is fine because they got Joe over there too as well, so they can figure out some other things because the left side's that good at least and all too as well. And then that defense, maybe someone stays healthy for the running. I'll give the Chargers that much at least and all for a last place team that I have in the division and all too as well. But let's move forward. I got the AFC North next, another default type of team and all too as well. You gotta do something to prove me wrong that they're not going to be the team of the AFC North and all. That's the Baltimore Ravens and all too as well. I think they're the best team in the AFC this year and all. I have them going 15-2 and all too as well. I like the DeAndre Hopkins move. I hope he can give them something. I would have preferred them to get Devontae Adams, but that costs money, and I think they're pretty strung out with the cap thing. They just gave Kyle Hamilton some money too as well, honestly. So, but they got everything and all. I get that Lamar Jackson got the best receiver in football, or one of the best, like a top 10, like top 15, top 20, receiver at least and all too as well. But I think they got enough. Safe House is enough. He was hurt last year too as well, so that probably hurt on their chances of going to the Super Bowl too as well, honestly. So, Rashad Bateman's all right. Like I said, they got DeAndre Hopkins there. Probably got another name I'm sleeping in on too as well. They got the tight ends, honestly. That's the big thing, even though Isaiah Likely is going to be out to start. I'm not sure how long, but haven't heard anything he's going to be out for the season, like Rashawn Slater here, at least and all too as well. But now it's just nothing. And there's nothing not to like about the Ravens and all too as well. Their DC was new last year, so you can argue that's why their defense had a slow start. They got better towards the end. I would think they're going to have a great start to this season, at least and all too as well. And I think they're facing. I forgot what division. I think they're facing the NFC West the NFC West and all. And I feel like they've done well. In Lamar Jackson's first MVP season, I feel like they tore up the NFC West. And I feel like the Ravens tear up the NFC all the time anyway, especially at home and all too as well. I just think all this continues and all for them at least and all. Second place is an interesting team. I'm going with the Steelers and all too as well. I gave up on Mike Tomlin last year when you had Justin Fields, Arthur Smith, Russell Wilson on your football team and all too as well. George Pickens was your only receiver, and now he's a number 2 on a different team and all too as well. I'm like in the mic, my bad. But Still, he made the playoffs. So with Aaron Rodgers, who had 20 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, and all too as well, we can argue the Jets are just a mess, or at least that regime, whatever program they were running the last 2 years, were just a mess, and all too as well. Add Aaron Rodgers there. Who they get there? DK Metcalf they added over there too as well for another weapon. They just basically just replaced him with George Pickens and all too as well. But I don't know. TJ Watt, they gave him his money and all too as well. They picked up Jalen Ramsey. I anticipate that they're moving Jalen Ramsey more to a tight end, my bad. A strong safety or free safety, just a safety type of situation, and more in a cornerback and all too as well. I think that'd be pretty cool, honestly too as well. They traded Minka Fitzpatrick, yeah. I blame Vince for this, yeah, for that. But yeah, they traded him away, brought Jonnu Smith from the Dolphins over to their team and all too as well. Could help with their offense a bit more too, honestly too as well. Like their offense wasn't bad and all. I just feel like Russell Wilson's weaknesses really hurt them too as well. Honestly, he was great with the deep threat type of stuff, the deep ball type of throw, the go, the out routes and the go routes and all that type of stuff, at least and all. But he didn't have a lot of intermediate stuff and all too as well. Aaron Rodgers is a guy who likes getting the ball out quick, at least and all too as well. That can help Mike Tomlin a lot for what he's trying to sell for his defense, at least and all too as well. So I'm gonna say I've got the Pittsburgh Steelers number 2 in the AFC North and all too as well. I got the Cincinnati Bengals 10-7 and all too as well. Going over the schedule, I just feel like they're gonna have they won't have like a great start, at least not too as well, but I think they finished decently, at least not too as well. It's just the defense is a huge shakeout, at least not too as well. Shamar Stewart, I think is their first round pick's name. He can really show out in his first year, at least not be a real real pass rush threat with Trey Henderson, who they just read up for a season, at least not too as well. Because at least in that bad defense, Trey Henderson was able to get to the quarterback, at least not too as well. If Shamar Stewart can show some type of flash like that and get to the quarterback, at least you have some pass rushes, at least not too as well. That can maybe help their defense out a bit too as well. So they got something promising, in my opinion, too as well, honestly. And there's more of a, for them at least, and I don't know where it's been, but there's more of an intention to start well this season too as well, because the Bengals just never start well and all too as well. It just never happens. Even the Marvin Lewis years, I don't remember them starting well like that too as well, honestly. Average, I'm not going to say they're always like 1-4 or something, but it's not like they have great starts and all. They figure out in the middle half to the end of the season and all too as well. Then the Cleveland Browns, last place. Don't know where they at quarterback, so no way I'm going to take that seriously and all too as well. Defense is great, but Myles Garrett hurt, you know what I mean, at this point and all too as well. Didn't practice today and all too as well. AFC South for the last division in this predictions of the NFL 2025 season and all. Another Another default winner in the Houston Texans, in my opinion, all too as well. 13-4. Love their defense. Derek Sinley could be my DPOY this year too as well. Honestly, I'm still hung up on it. By the time we end this show, I'll finally decide on it, honestly, too, as well. But I love it. Will Anderson, too. Will Anderson was so dope in the playoffs against the Chiefs last year, too, as well, honestly. The man could break out this year based on that. Got a weak-ass call last year, too, as well. This thing is just call coming back to me, too, as well, honestly. That's how long the NFL season's been. January. It's ridiculous. But still, though, he showed out big time in that game and all, too, as well. D'Amico Ryans he's been the man over there too, as well as a coach and all too as well. Even you would think with the faults that they had last year and all too as well, that game against the Lions and all, where Garrett Jergoff had 5 and he threw 5 interceptions and all, and the Lions were in that football game and ended up winning it and all too as well with their offensive issues, the backwards nature of C.J. Stroud and his play, at least and all too as well. You can attribute the offensive line issues, a receiver not staying healthy for him too as well last year too as well. There was a lot of things. I love Joe Mixon as a running back too as well. I think a big part why the Bengals are struggling a bit too as well, honestly, because they don't have a true running threat to help their defense out a bit and all too as well. He was in and out for them last year. Now he's beginning the season out for them too as well. I think he's already on the PUP list or something like that, so he's missing the first 4 weeks of the season already on all too as well. But D'Amico Ryans is still running a program that got them to the playoffs, at least and all too as well. So that's why I trust Houston to do what they did again, at least to become. I've always said I liked Houston a lot going into last year, at least and all too as well. I think they've entered the Baltimore Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Bills of the standards of the AFC, at least. I think they're a standard of the AFC South from this point going forward, at least and all too as well. Where they end up, we'll see. But these divisional games they've been in against the Ravens and the Chiefs, at least, come on. They're just a step away of really getting there, at least. They look better, with putting them in the standard of the Ravens, the Bills, and the Chiefs, at least. The Bills and the Ravens sometimes just don't look close of beating the Chiefs, at least. You can argue the Bills are always this much closer to beating them, at least, too, as well. the Houston Texans against the Ravens on the road were in a game. I don't remember if they had the lead going into halftime of that divisional game, but they were in the game where I'm sure Baltimore Raven fans were frustrated about what they were watching, at least not too as well. And then, minus the penalties against the Chiefs in that divisional game last year, the Houston Texans win that football game and all too as well. So it's just a lot to trust about them that I'm comfortable saying that they're a standard team with those teams at least. Now, do they get over the hump? Unlike, are they different from the Bills and Ravens? There we go. Try to break that down. But are they different from them and all too as well? We'll see. That's a big we'll see, at least in all too as well. I have my predictions here, but, it doesn't matter. We'll see. Anything can happen, at least in all too as well. We'll see if they can get over that hump and all too as well. I think this is going to be year 3 of what they're doing in all too as well, which I find pretty impressive and all too as well. What they've come out, the Texans have come out of nowhere to put themselves in the conversation, I think, to be there. No, I think number one is their defense and all. Can they just stay healthy somewhat offensively and all too as well? Not a great start with Joe Mixon, but, that old adage is not how you start, how you finish and all too as well. But number 2, I don't like 2 of these teams in this division all too as well. They got a lot to prove to me. One of them, I'm pretty sure, is going to stink this year. The other one is how I would feel about the Chargers and all. They got something there that can have them have a wild card type of season and all. I just don't believe in it and all too as well. But you heard me mention this team a whole bunch of times, so they are the second best team to me in this division. That's the Tennessee Titans and all too as well. They've been a solid team throughout. Just going to last year, they were a solid team and all too as well. Will Levis will just do some weird stuff after the play and during the play too as well, honestly. So you would completely eliminate that with a legitimate a college prospect going into the NFL and all with Cam Ward, in my opinion, all too as well. So I really like them going in to this season and all too as well. They got you got Tony Pollard, you got a solid offensive line. Their defense has been solid. You picked up a guy like Snead from the champion Chiefs at least, and add him to your team and all too as well. I know there's Jeffrey Simmons is still over there too as well, honestly, and he had a little spat with Cam Ward too as well, and you saw them bonding throughout the preseason game after that spat and pushing and shoving type of shit too as well. I like the Titans a lot this year too as well. I've always liked their roster and all. I always thought they were right. They took Calvin Ridley away from my Patriots last year, for money and all too as well. So they got a lot. They got some talent over there too as well, honestly. They just, it was clear what they're missing and all, quarterback, and they finally added. I'm surprised they don't get a lot more hype and all too as well because Cam Ward. I don't get why they don't get enough hype and all too as well. The Commanders didn't either, even with JD5 too as well. So it is fair at least. But I think I'm beginning to feel really comfortable saying that the Titans are going to be a team that are going to be battling all season with you and all too as well. Even the game, see the game against the Pats and all too as well. They were in games like those type of games all season, in my opinion. The quarterback was just always making a dumb decision and all too as well. I just think you have a legitimate prospect there and Cam Ward at least and all too as well. I don't think he can be any worse than Bo Nix, and look what Bo Nix did for the Broncos and all too as well. Maybe JD5 is too high of an expectation. I think it's too high of an expectation too. A Joe Burrow, maybe a CJ Stroud comparison at least all too as well. Bo Nix comparison. I think Cam Ward can really be that type of quarterback and all too as well for the Titans this year with a solid roster. I think they go 10-7, and I think they're battling for a wild card and all too as well. The Jaguars and the Colts. I don't believe in neither. I don't want to give them too much time and all. The Jaguars are the team that could make some noise. Liam Coleman is an offensive guy. Made some noise with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield had one of his best seasons and all too as well. Trevor Lawrence was quote unquote a generational talent. I kind of bought in. Obviously, from what I'm saying, I don't buy in all too as well. They got the talent on the defense and all too as well. But Josh Hines, Allen. I've had one of them. I think if you guys were paying attention to my podcast last year, one of my favorite defensive players going into last year too as well. Honestly, so I thought he could be a DPOY last year too as well. I'm a big fan of Josh Hines, Allen, but they just haven't put. That team hasn't put it together and all too. So they got talent. That team has never lacked talent over the last 5 years, in my opinion, all too as well. They just have not put it together. And I think Etienne is still their running back over there too as well. It's just I don't know. They just haven't put it together. The Colts. I mentioned it. With the picks I made too as well. Honestly, I just don't buy that Daniel Jones is taking that team to the playoffs and all too as well. Jonathan Taylor, I believe, is over there too as well. Honestly, they got a roster. You know what I mean? But I really don't buy into them and all too as well. They got Shane Steichen, who cannot help but fumble himself at the end of the seasons and all, losing to the Colts. The Colts losing to the Giants, and the end of the season type of game where you really need it so you get into the playoffs and all too as well. The year before, you had the Texans, at your mercy and all too as well, and you're running dumb plays and all. When you should be running the ball with either Zach Moss or what's his name there, Jonathan Taylor, because he ended up coming back late in that season after they're disputing his contract stuff and all too as well. Honestly, so it's got no belief. And Shane Steichen really running a serious program out of the Colts. Prove me wrong, but I think they stink and all too as well. I think the Jaguars are not good, but they can prove me wrong at least, because there's something there at least. I think what people expect from the Jaguars, I expect from the Titans this year too as well. I like fresh things that we're building at least and all too as well. I think the Titans are doing it. The Jaguars have been playing around with themselves with the Urban Meyers, the Doug Petersons, who they just fired. Now they're adding Liam Cohen, who left his job in a weird way too as well, honestly, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And also, I can't take it seriously year one with Liam Cohen and all too as well. Prove me wrong. I'm always the type of person that can say prove me wrong. I ain't trying to say I'm comfortable with the Colts stinking. I'm comfortable with the Dolphins stinking in the AFC and all. Everyone else can definitely prove me wrong and all too as well. The Dolphins end up being some type of divisional team at least and all. Yeah, surprise. Colts too and all too as well. Be a huge surprise to me and all too as well. So since I did that too, my seedings I guess and all that I will have for the AFC going into the playoffs: at the 1, Baltimore; at the 2, Buffalo; at the 3, Houston; at the 4, KC. I'm putting KC that low and all. I just think they got it tough. I think the Denver Broncos, if they are the best non-divisional team in the AFC going into the 2025 season. That's just my prediction and all. We'll see if it lands at least. But I think I think their defense is that good. I think I may be comfortable saying that that's the best defense in football. When I go over the NFC and all, we'll see. When I talk through the NFC and all, we'll see if I really feel that way. But in the AFC for sure, I think the Denver's best. Houston's right there too as well, honestly. Those are my 2 favorite defenses going into the season and all too as well. I'm going to put Pittsburgh, put KC 4, then I put Denver 5 as the best wild card team. I got Pittsburgh 6, and I got the Bengals 7. It could be the Titans. I think the Bengals, the Titans, both have 10-7 records and all too as well. I'm going to give the edge to the Bengals and all too as well. I may have seen something in the schedule with tiebreakers why I had to give Cincinnati the break at least, and also I'll give Cincinnati the edge over the Titans and all, but it really wouldn't surprise me if the Titans made the playoffs, the way the Houston Texans made the playoffs surprisingly, or how the Commanders did last year too as well, surprisingly and all too as well. Not the Texans last year, the year prior I should say, at least and all too as well, by winning the division, because Shane Steichen can't, fumbles himself late in games and all too as well. So that would be my top 7 right there with the AFC at least and all too as well. I'll get into the playoffs and all, but let me give the NFC some type of love and all too as well. We got some interesting predictions on this side and all too as well. It's not because of hate and all too as well. Like I said, I read the schedule and I'm just seeing some things and all too as well. But let's get into it and all too as well. But we got the Dallas Cowboys winning the NFC East and all. I know it's crazy, Ralph. They just traded their best player and all too as well. But I'm sticking to it. Jerry Jones may sound senile, and he's senile and all too as well. Yeah, I'm on my mic right now too, so I'm seeing the levels and all too as well. Mind me. I'm excited with these predictions, so please mind me. But what's it called there? Yeah, he is senile and all too as well. But I like the idea of picking up picks and all too as well. There is a point of somebody on the X and all too as well. I love, paying attention to certain people on the X and all too as well. I will bring them on this podcast in the future and all too as well. These people that I talk about and all too as well. But Micah Parsons don't show up in the playoffs and all too as well. What type of player is he really? Is he really that good for your defense that you should solely rely on him? Now, going to the Packers, I like him a lot because there's some pieces on that defense that the Cowboys don't have and all too as well. Able to bring in a D tackle and all too as well to truly admit we got to stop the run and all too as well. One player that is a solid D tackle could make a difference, and all Pat fans know about Christian Barmore and all too as well. Now, I think his name is Clark. I'm not saying he's going to be some type of all-pro D tackle off the bat. I'm not sure if he already is and all too as well, but I trust the Cowboys in this trade to think that he's a legitimate starter for their team and all too as well, that he can make some type of impact at their D-line that Micah Parsons can't do in the middle of a D-line at least and all too as well. You sit there and I think they have 2, if not 3 extra first-round picks and all. Could be 2 first-rounders in a couple seconds at least, or thirds, excuse me, at least and all, but you can move those by week 8 and pick up some talent to help your defense in the further end of the season all too as well. I like the Cowboys going into the season because of Matt Eberflus running that defense and all. I think that's the best defensive coordinator they've had in a number of years and all too as well. I'm trying to think if they're since Wade Phillips. I'm thinking. Since Wade Phillips. I think I'm that comfortable saying that, yeah. That's how much I believe in Matt Eberflus as a defensive coordinator with the Dallas Cowboys. And Wade Phillips was dope. He ended up being the head coach for them, too, as well. It wouldn't surprise me if Matt Eberflus ended up being the coach for this team, too, as well, in the future. Now, I really like him as a defensive coordinator. As a coach, and I'm giving him credit for a coach now, but just remember, Jerry Jones is senile, so anything can happen if you have some type of success with him, too, as well. Even Jason Garrett was a coach for that franchise, and no one else took him seriously to be a head coach, at least. Well, I think the Giants did. Maybe it was an OC. I could be wrong, but yeah, I love Matt Eberflus as a DC for that team and all too as well. I think he can make a big difference and all too as well. Dan Quinn made a difference for that defense and all too as well. Really had Deron Bland and Diggs, as ball hawkers on that team and all too as well. So I really like Matt Eberflus as their DC there too. So I think he can make a huge difference for them. Call me crazy. I think he can make the same difference that Vic Fangio did for the Eagles last year, too, as well, honestly. Super Bowl contending difference, not going there. But I think he can make like a where they were, if the Eagles defense was at 25% of their potential at least and all, he took it to a 75, 85, if not over 100% in Vic Fangio at least and all. I think Matt Eberflus, a defense that's kind of undisciplined to a degree at least. And all Dan Quinn kind of put it together. I just think Matt Eberflus can do it better, at least as a DC and all. For as undisciplined and bad, the Bears were at times offensively, their defense wasn't. And throughout the season, the defense just kept getting better and better and better with Eberflus and all too as well. Just nothing was being figured out offensively and all too as well. And that's him just being a bad coach or head coach at least and all too as well. I'll be fair there at least. But I like him a lot as a DC and all too as well. With him truly focused on defense and a defense that just keeps getting better throughout the season that showed out in the Bears with the last year with Fields at least and all too as well, right? Yeah, he began the season with Caleb Williams at least and all. He obviously got fired and all, but they were in games at least and all too. Every the Commander game, yeah, with the Hail Mary, they were in that football. They had the lead obviously because you need the Hail Mary to win the game. But a little bit of undiscipline from I think it was Stevenson, I think his name was at least and all too as well by talking to the crowd at least and all during right before the play at least and all too as well. But again, there's another case. Yeah, they had the Thanksgiving game against the Lions. They came back in that game too as well. Honestly, they just lost. They kept losing these games and all too as well. So was it the first game of the season? Did they win or lose against the Titans? They must have won. Yeah, they must have won because Will Levis had some moments like the first 4 games of the season last year and all too as well. So, to the point of the DC for Matt Eberflus, I just think he can do a great job with the Cowboys. I don't like losing Parsons, but when you think about Parsons and his impact in playoff games and all too as well, can he really be the number one guy of your defense, or is he just part as a cog of a great defense and all too as well? And I think I was trying to bring that up with the Packers at least and all. He has a chance of being that with the Packers of what they have over there with the Cowboys, especially in their front seven. They were kind of expecting him to be one of their best players and all too as well. And it helped. It had its moments, but it didn't really make a difference and all too as well. How much are you really losing defensively if you are the Cowboys and all by trading Parsons and all? I don't know if you are. We're going to see today. We're going to see tonight. We're definitely going to see tonight. But I'm curious how they're going to go in and all too. So Matt Eberflus has been there all training camp. He's building this defense out anyway. Michael Parsons wasn't there anyway. So we'll see. I love their offense. Dak Prescott, I think, is poised to have an MVP caliber year, and I'll have a different winner for it. But I think Dak Prescott's right there of having an MVP caliber year. And it seems like every other year, he gets hurt, he's healthy, he gets hurt, he's healthy. Got hurt last year, should be healthy this year. Brought in George Pickens. He's never had a guy that can high point a ball at least and all too as well. So I got CeeDee Lamb there, top 5 wide receiver, if not top 6 wide receiver and all too as well. They still got, I think it's Jake Ferguson there. Yeah, I think it's Jake Ferguson there at their tight end and all, solid guy over there too as well. They beefed up their O-line with the draft pick too as well. Booker, I believe I think you should like the Cowboys in the regular season. I am not saying anything about the postseason. I'm just wanting to make sure it's a prediction. But definitely not saying they're doing anything crazy noise in the playoffs and all. But I think in the division where the Eagles are going to be number 2, at least, I just think the Eagles are dealing with a tougher they're going to deal with the tough schedule, in my opinion, compared to last year and all too as well. There is some question and all too as well compared to last year where there were some vets and young guys. They put the young guys more in these positions and all too as well. That could breed a slow start and all too as well. I don't think they fall off and all. I am a resident Philadelphia Eagles hater and all too as well. I had the Commanders win the division and two as well, honestly, even though they made it close and all too as well. But I don't think they fall off or anything like that. I just don't think it's the same year they had last year and all too as well. A lot went right for them last year too as well, with their injuries too as well. No team is like what's it called, a mist of injuries and all too. So you're going to have an injury here and there throughout the NFL season. It's just a way too contact, physical sport to avoid that type of thing, at least not too as well. So I don't think they fall off and all too as well. But still, I just think the toughness of their schedule and all, they are dealing with some change in their defense and all too as well. I don't think it falls off. I just think it breeds for a slow start at least and all. They had their moments. Ooh, my bad. Yeah, I'm just hitting shit. My hands are all over the place. But they had their moments last year of having some bad defensive moments and all too as well. If they're coming in with new, personnel and stuff like that too as well, it's going to take some time. I was making fun of the defense to start, and they started figuring it out and all too as well. They had their games where they looked bad though, and I just think if you're going to rely more on young players and all too as well. The year prior they did the same thing and all. It kind of breeded a slow start. This is Vic Fangio as your DC, so you're not going to fall off the way they fell off in 23 at least. And all. Yeah, 23 at least and all. So I just don't see that. But I just don't think it's the same type of season and all. It's a division that never has back-to-back winners. Jerry Jones may be looking smart at the end of this season, though, but that's just my prediction, at least and all too, even with his senile self and all too as well. And number three in the shocker, I have the Commanders 6-10. I wasn't a fan of their moves going into this season all too as well. I do get the point that they're still rebuilding. Last year was a shocker. They weren't supposed to do that. Even I had them going 12-5. I did not expect them to make the NFC Championship game. That's crazy. That's why they got blown out like that. They weren't supposed to be there. You know what I mean? So I didn't like the moves based on that type of year and all. And I respect why they didn't make the crazy moves and all too as well. I respect why they didn't want to give Terry McLaurin the money like that too as well, because it could hamper them for future moves, at least not too as well. Basing on, you're trying to, because of the moves that I'm knocking, they went older with their moves. They went older last year, and it helped. I don't know if you can double up on going older to win, at least not too as well. If you're like right there, fine. To my point about they weren't supposed to be there, I feel like last year was a mirage, too as well. Even though I thought they could make some noise, not NFC Championship. I just don't like the moves. It's just my issue, and I wish they went a little bit more younger. And it's not easy. You got the NFL with the salary cap and all that type of shit too. They at least put a team that can be competitive. I just think because of the older thing, injury thing, I'm worried about that. You don't want to have a prediction of injuries for teams, at least not too as well. But it's hard not to see that with the Commanders. You bring in guys like Von Miller, who hasn't been able to go through a full season. Deebo Samuel has been dealing with some injuries and all too as well, and he's getting older and all too as well. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if they drafted some guys that, Sanders still, besides JD5, Sanders still as a young cat stepped up big time for them too as well. Do they have another guy like that on their squad? If they have that, I can change my prospects about the Commanders and all. But I just feel like they're going 6-10. 7-11, that type of team, honestly, too, as well. In games, always in games. Last year, they won those close games. They may not win those close games this year and all, too, as well. It's just my concern. I don't know what's that difference maker outside of JD5, too, as well. If someone like Sanders still can step up, too, as well, out, for a young cat for them. And they have to the point of them bringing in veterans, they have the makeup to breed some young guys out of it. If that happens, I'll change my prospects with the Commanders and all. Those guys just have to flash. I just haven't been able to see it and all too as well. I can't predict they'll be like JD5. Even though I saw JD5, I'm bringing up Sanders still. I think Sanders still is going to make some type of difference as a defensive cornerback for them and all too as well. So if there's another outlier not being able to be seen, I think the Commanders are right there how I feel about the Chargers and the Jaguars. They got the recipe to be a wild card team, but I don't believe it, but it can definitely prove me wrong and all too as well. But I have them third, and I got the Giants 4, and I think it's a surprise season of them going 6-10, 7-11 type of thing too as well. Honestly, some people have them not having 5 wins and all. Not with a defense like that, and that defense flashed. That defense flashed so much. Derek Carr retired. People don't think about it like that. I feel like that was the reason why Derek Carr retired, was that game, and they knocked him out. Like, that's a legit defense. You added probably the best defensive player in the draft, and Abdul Tarker. Why am I saying that? Abdul Carter. Wow, why was I saying that? I don't even understand why I was saying that. But Abdul Carter, you bring him in. Apparently, based off rankings, the best, based off like draft position, the best defensive player in the draft, at least in all too as well. You add him to a defense in the front seven, it looks pretty damn scary and all too as well. They picked up Brian Burns last year too as well. They have a top end pick in Kayvon Thibodeau from a few years back and all too as well. They kind of loaded over there too as well. I think they got Leonard Williams there still. Maybe I'm like too old and I'm just dropping names out. Let me make sure. Is Leonard Williams still playing, or is he in Seattle? I do see. Okay, all right. I was doing too much. But they got a legit defense though too as well. The Giants do. Offensively, you don't know what's going to happen over there and all too as well. I do like the makeup of what they're building over there. I'm not even going to lie. With the Jameis Winstons, the Russell Wilsons, and all, and Jackson Dart seems talented and all too as well. Can he just put it together and all too as well? So, but you got Malik Neighbors honestly too as well. You can put him in the top 5. Best wide receiver list going into the 2025 season if you wanted to, honestly. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are drafting him early in their fantasy drafts and all too as well. So they got something to make a lot of noise, honestly. I don't think so. I'm not that confident to say they're going to have 10 wins or something like that, but I think they're going to be in these games. It wouldn't surprise me if they beat the Eagles twice, honestly, too as well. I just think they're going to be in a lot of games this year too as well because of their defense, and they just have something better to they have something better to show offensively than they did last year. They had nothing to show offensively except Malik Neighbors. I think with the guy at quarterback, whoever ends up being at quarterback throughout the season, injury, decisions and all that type of stuff too as well. I just think they're a whole lot more capable than what they were throwing out with Daniel Jones and Tommy DeVito and all too as well. So even though I have them as the 4th team in the NFC East, I think is a strong ass division this year too as well. Honestly, it may not show it in record like the NFC North showed it last year and all too as well, and it may potentially show it this year, honestly, too as well with the 3 teams that were, had over 10 wins, I think, and all too as well, maybe over 11 wins. That's how good the NFC North was last year, but I may not show it in that way. But I think the competitiveness is really going to show out, and it may show out big time. It may show, I'm not big time, but it may show in a decent way today with the or tonight, I should say, with the Cowboys and the Eagles playing for Thursday night and all. But next division, NFC West, winner tie. To be exact, but I'm going to default it to the Rams and all too as well because of the momentum they've built from the past couple years and all what they've added this year and all too as well. I'll give them the edge at 12-5 to win the division. I wasn't sure about the Niners and all too as well, but looking at their schedule and all, they're not going to have those type of injuries like they did last year and all. They're going to be 12-5. They're going to be good. They're going to be 11. They're going to be good. They're going to be back in the championship conversation and all too as well. I got to give them that, dude. As long as Brandon Ayuk is able to come back in the second half of the season and just flash some of himself and all too as well, they should be making noise and all too as well. I got the Niners back in the conversation all too as well. That's official coming from me, at least not too as well. It's just looking at their schedule. They're not going to have all those injuries and all too as well. They got capable guys still on that team, especially on their offense and all too as well. C-Mac, especially if C-Mac can be healthy and all too as well, just for 3/4 of the season and all too as well. They should be back at least in all where they're making noise and we put them in the Super Bowl, Super Bowl conversation at least and all too as well. So I'm definitely gonna have them 12-5 right there on the nips of the heels of the Rams and all for the division win at least and all. I do got the I'm gonna say the Cardinals go 10-7. This is one of these predictions I feel comfortable saying. I could look completely stupid later and all too as well, and I'll say it. But I like what they have over there defensively and all too as well. They got weapons. Trey McBride. I mentioned Brock Bowers. Trey McBride is my favorite tight end, at least. Brock Bowers is just right there, at least and all too as well. I got high expectations for Brock Bowers too, though. But Trey McBride's the best tight end, and all they got him over there. Marvin Harrison should play better than he played last year. He's a bust, in my opinion, all too as well. So I expect him to show out. I don't predict that. I think he can do that, at least and all too as well. And you got James Conner, who's been a solid running back over there too as well, honestly. It's just Kyler Murray. Can he just figure it out? Probably not, but he's too talented to say that he can't, unfortunately. So if you can believe in some other quarterbacks like Darnold and Geno Smith, even Baker Mayfield and all, I'll stick by saying I kind of believe in Kyler Murray. You see me hunching right now. I don't really believe in it. But it's just they got a lot going on. I like Jonathan Gannon as a coach over there too as well. He's in most of these games and all too as well, especially in these division games and all too as well. It's just some dumb decisions sometimes too as well. It's not entirely Kyler Murray. Could be just the Cardinals too as well. But I be liking what I see from them honestly too as well. So that's why I'm giving them a fair shake. I see the schedule too. I think they can win most of these games too as well. Honestly, that they have going forward. So. I got them going. Week 1, Saints on the road. They have great starts. That should be a win there, honestly. I feel like they're solid in that sense and all too as well. They just have, there's a game against the Commanders where they just didn't show up at all and all too as well. And the Commanders beat them down and all. I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. So it's those type of instances like what's up with the Cardinals and all too as well. But for now, based on their schedule, based on the talent on the team and all, 10-7, third place in that team. And Seahawks 6-10. I don't think they're bad and all. I think they're in mad close games and they just don't win them and all too as well. I could easily flip that. They're 10-7 and the Cardinals are 6-10 too as well for the same reason and all too as well. I just think they're 6-10 and all too as well. Completely. This is the division. I feel like I can be completely wrong because I think this division is pretty deep, honestly too as well. To my point about how deep the NFC is. I feel like the NFC East is pretty deep. I feel like an injury here or there. The Giants are in the conversation of winning a division or at least second place in that division though, with an injury here and there. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with the NFC West and all. Injury here or there, someone's able to come up from that honestly too as well. So that's how I feel about the NFC West. Give me the Rams though, and give me the Niners right there and all too as well. The Niners are like the Broncos to me in the NFC at least, the best team that's not a division winner in the conference and all too as well. And then there we go. So let me go to the NFC North and all too as well. Same type of division and all. Outside of the Bears, let me just get this over with now. I am not a believer in the Bears. Ben Johnson, like that same ground up for the Chargers. I don't think he can flash like D'Amico did with the Houston. No, I don't know. The Bears, I have them going 2-15, so I have no belief in them too as well. They can prove me wrong enough where they win 8 games and kind of miss the playoffs. Yeah, I can go that far. But I still think they stink. I don't believe in them. Matt Eberflus was able to develop a good defense over there and all with their bad offense. I don't see their offense being so good that Ben Johnson's able to coach up that type of defense that Matt Eberflus did last year and all. I'm not sure who the DC is over there. I just don't believe they got the program to pull that off. I just don't believe in that. So they're the worst team to me and all. The serious teams, at least in all this division, Minnesota, Chicago, and Detroit. No, I said Chicago. My bad, Green Bay. My bad, Green Bay. I disrespected y'all. You're nowhere near Chicago and all too as well. I would have had y'all win the division. I just like the Lions' schedule more, so that's why I have them going 15-2, too as well. Or I have it 15-2, but I have another team I like more, and I can't have 15-2 teams in one conference and all too as well. Even though it's kind of possible. I'm going to stick with it because of the Vikings and the Lions themselves last year and all too as well, of what they did and all too as well. So one of them is not going to be 15-2, but I'm going to be comfortable saying that they're going to be that good. I think the Lions are that good. I didn't think the Lions were going to be that good because of the OC loss, obviously, with Ben Johnson and then Aaron Glenn going to the Jets at least and all too as well. But there's too much talent there at least and all too as well. I feel like Dan Campbell doesn't get enough credit for what goes on coaching-wise, and I think Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson are getting too much credit. Even though Ben Johnson's that herky-jerky with his play call and all too as well, I think Dan Campbell enabled the aggressiveness to think like that, in my opinion, all too as well. I think Dan Campbell's aggressiveness is going to, or, his scheme is going to help whoever is next over there and all too as well. So it's not like Ben Johnson was a name before he got over there. I think Dan Campbell did more building up than Ben Johnson did, vice versa, at least in all too as well. Dan Campbell doesn't get enough credit for what's going on in Detroit and all. And I think it continues based on what the schedule I see. I still like their talent and all too as well. Their defense, again, talk about injuries, about last year, about everybody getting hurt on their defense. It's hard to think that's going to happen again all too as well. The defense may be a bit more solid this year, and I believe a new scheme may help them even more, honestly, too, as well, with Aaron Glenn going to New York and all, too, as well. But I got them winning the division. Got the Packers nipping right there. I lied. I said San Francisco was the best team in the NFC. Best team in the NFC that didn't win the division. I misspoke. It's the Packers and all, too, as well. It is the Parsons pickup, too, that makes me believe in it more. I don't think it jumps as soon as it starts. He's dealing with an issue, too, where he should sit and not take a shot, in my opinion. So, in my opinion, it's only week 1 of the season and all, but, NFL players, they want to play football. He may do it and all too as well. Maybe in the middle of the season, take a break at least and all too as well. But just for this game, show out for game one at least and all too as well. Then maybe week 3, week 4, you take it easy with him. You find a bye week and you give those games off to him, and he has 3 weeks off or something. So maybe just give him some type of break and all too as well. But at the same token though, makes me like the Packers a bit more too as well, being the second best team and all. Unfortunately, as much as I like Minnesota and all too as well, Brian Flores is dope too as well as a defense. KOC is dope as an offensive. I think he's an offensive genius. I think he should be right there with McVay and Shanahan and all too as well. But I don't know. Looking at the record, I just feel like they're going 8-9. JJ McCarthy is a question for me, even though KOC's the shit. I can't diss that guy. As a guy that as a QB whisperer, honestly too as well. I think he's that dope, honestly too as well. But I just don't know. I'm the JJ McCarthy's gonna really grab. I don't know. It's a question mark to me. They easily can be that and be a team that goes 11-6, I should say, while those other teams go 13-4 and 15-2 and be the third, be a third team, if not the second best team in that division and all. I just have questions about JJ. I think I just don't know. Jared Goff, Jordan Love, even though Jordan Love has his moments and all too as well. The guy just, he's going to the playoffs. When you look at it, at least and all too as well. I don't know what J.J. McCarthy's done yet. You know what I mean? And Sam Darnold, look at Sam Darnold in the moments of these getting into the playoffs and in the playoffs, flopped at least and all too as well. The Vikings have flopped in the playoffs and all too as well. So I don't know. They're solid though. They're pretty damn good, honestly. They can easily go 13-4 too as well and prove me wrong. They're one of those teams in my prediction list at least and all too as well. So, but for now, let me give you the Lions, the Packers, Vikings. Bears are in the basement still. That's just how I feel. I think they're still in the basement. They may go 5-12. Still in the basement. That's just how I feel about them. They can prove. I don't know if they're going to prove me wrong, but 18 weeks going forward. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. But let's go to the NFC South and all too as well. Best team in this conference is in this division with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and all too as well. They get hit with the injury-ish, from season to season and all too as well. I'm not saying it changes, but I don't know. I like their team a lot. I like the weapons for Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield killed it with the numbers and all too as well. With Godwin out for the second half of the season and all. I think Mike Evans was in and out too as well. Honestly, they added a young cat, McMillan. Yeah, it was a young cat, McMillan, that they added last year. No. I got this Ted McMillan at Carolina all messed up in my head too as well. I know there's a McMillan. Is it McMillan? Jalen, yeah, did he play at Washington, right? He played at Washington? I'm just trying to make sure. Yeah, he played at Washington and all too as well. He was a dope rookie for them last year too as well. Another one that the Patriots missed out on all too as well. But they picked up another one from OSU and Amika Ibuka, who I'm a big fan of. I was hoping he'd fall for the Patriots and all too as well. They just added him to their roster and all too as well. Evans is back. Godwin should be back, if not on time, eventually for them too as well. And they got Bucky Irvin as their running back. They got another running back there too as well. I can go through their depth chart, but I like their team and most of the defensive guys. I know it's not strong defense. But Todd Bowles is a solid defensive coordinator, at least and all too as well. And some of the same guys that won the championship with Brady and all too as well are still there and all. I don't know. I feel like the Bucs are going to put it together this year, honestly, and have some type of run and all too as well. Like they've come close in the playoffs and all too as well, and they've come up a little bit short too as well, honestly. So kind of like the additions they made to get over the hump and all too as well. So they've lost an offensive coordinator before, and Canales going to the Carolina, and nothing stopped them and all too as well. So I just think they're the best team in the conference. I think they're in the weakest division of the conference and all too as well. Like I can see any of three teams in each of those conferences I can see three teams in each of those divisions make the playoffs and all, with the Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, at least, with all the teams in the NFC West, and outside the Bears, all the teams. Yeah, I had to do it like that. But outside the Bears, I can see any team in the NFC North making the playoffs and all. I just see one, maybe two teams, make the playoffs in the NFC South and all. The Bucs have been the standard in this division. Outside of all the divisions, maybe the Niners for a short period with the NFC West and all. The Bucs, throughout this same time that the Buffalo Bills, the Chiefs, and the Ravens, and now the Texans at least, have been a standard in their divisions. The Bucs, even with their so-and-so records over the past couple of years, have been a standard for the NFC South at least. Even though we make fun of it, I got some people called, I got some friends called the NFC suck at least too as well, which I understand at least because you have 8 and 9 teams making the playoffs, at certain times throughout this division at least too as well. My favorite team were the Saints, and then them and everybody saw a beastquake. I think that was the team that saw that at least too as well. So it's been that division, but I just think the Bucks they're kind of like positioned to really make some noise. Their offense is pretty dope, and their defense is just seasoned. With their DC and all the certain players they have there too as well, honestly. So I just have them as the best team in all their division. I think does aid it too as well. I do think the Falcons. I wasn't sure about the Falcons going into the season, but I'm looking at their schedule at least. I kind of do like them in a lot of those games at least too as well. Their offense should flash. They had a good second half of their season and all too as well. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, but you got Bijan Robinson and Agier there as a dope tandem there too as well, honestly. So Michael Penix flashed big time last year too as well in the second half. There's no reason why he can't. Fair question about his injuries and all too as well. Yeah, someone on the X has got me looking at certain things and all too as well. So going over the football stuff and all too as well. So it is a fair point about can Penix really stay healthy and all too as well. But if he can, I think he flashed enough where they can go 10-7 and be the second best team in this division and all too as well. Carolina, I think, is the third best team in this division and all too as well. I like them a lot. I just don't know if I see them going 10-7 like the Falcons and all too as well. I like them a lot though. I love the way they finished their season. They beat the Falcons to prevent the Falcons from making the playoffs and all too as well. I like them a lot, honestly, too as well. Bryce Young flashed big time after getting benched last year too as well, honestly. So they added Ted McMillan, right? Is it Ted McMillan? Since I'm in the mood to check my information now. Is it Ted? Yeah, no, Ted. Is it? Yeah, Ted, short for T-Mac. They call him T-Mac. Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I'm not gonna do it. I think he's Hawaiian though. If I'm being real, not to sound like just based. I saw him on the NFL draft, get drafted and all too as well. So, but because of the name at least and all too as well, why I think I might be butchering it and all too as well if I decide to do it. But yeah, they had another weapon for Bryce Young on their offense and all too as well. Who is their running back? Hubbard, yeah, he was solid for them last year too as well. I don't know if he's still there. Let me check for them. He was, he almost won them a game against the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Chuba Hubbard, yeah, he's still over there and all too as well. So I don't know, they were pretty solid last year and all too as well. They really figured out a lot in the second half of the season. Almost beat the Eagles too as well. Xavier Legette, was able to make a catch and all too as well. So I don't know. I like the Panthers I like the Panthers. I don't know if they'll be I just can't have a guy like shirt off in front of my face like that. But still, yeah, I just think they have enough solid there honestly too as well to make some noise. I don't know if they can go 10-7, but it wouldn't surprise me if they went 8-9 or something like that and really have themselves a surprise year like that and build themselves up for next year at least. So I just think they're going into it before looking at the schedule. I would have liked them a lot. Just looking at the schedule, I'm gonna bow. I would have been in liking them, but it wouldn't surprise me if they won some cool games throughout the season. Honestly, they really almost beat the Chiefs last year and the Eagles and all. But the two Super Bowl teams last year and all, they almost beat them and all. And based on their record, and I think they beat them, but they were right there and beating them and all too as well. I think they had a lead with the Chiefs. I think that game had to go to overtime for the Chiefs to win that game, if I remember correctly, and all too as well. And with the Eagles game, like I said, 2-minute drill, Xavier Legette just dropped the touchdown catch and all too as well. So I think there's a lot to like about Carolina going forward. No, it's just their defense is the reason why I just can't truly buy in that they can have a winning record and make the playoffs. Through the last wild card spot or something like that. So and then the Saints. The part with the Bears, yeah, them and the Bears are the two confident teams I think are going to stink in the NFC right there with the Miami Dolphins and the Colts and all. So if I had like the four worst teams in football, Saints are 1, Colts are 2, Dolphins are 3, and I would put the Bears 4 at least in all too as well. That could be your top 4 picks in the 2026 NFL draft. It wouldn't surprise me if those teams were in that mix at least not too as well. Everyone else, I feel like injury or some type of circumstance happened too as well. Firing your coach, because of a bad start or something is the reason why you'll be there with those teams and all. I just don't take those teams seriously at all. And all too as well. So since I did that, the seedings for the NFC at least and all would be 1 Tampa Bay. Like I said, I think they're the best team in football. Detroit, like I said, I think they can go 15-2 too. So I think they're right there with Tampa Bay and all. The Rams, I have number 3. 4, I'll have Dallas. 5, I have the Green Bay Packers. Like I said, I think they're the best team in the outside of the division winners and all too as well. Micah Parsons just really makes a difference for me. It puts them over the top. The Niners are 6. I would have previously put them there before looking at the schedule, but I just think they're 6 and all too as well. Tough. They have a tough schedule too. The NFC West has a tough schedule this year too as well. I just think those teams are good enough to really pass through it and all too as well. 7 in the shocker, the Philadelphia Eagles at 10-7, 11-6. The NFC is good. You know what I mean? Like everyone is gonna have a good record and all. Like you can't have more than 5 losses. Maybe you can get away having 6. I said Eagles with 6, 11-6. So maybe you can have 6 losses and all too as well. But in the AFC at least and all, like I can see the Cincinnati Bengals make the playoffs because they're 10-7 or 9-8 or something like that. Yeah, you know what I mean. I can see that. I can't see with the Eagles. I think they're going to go 11-6. I'm not going to, even 12-5 wouldn't surprise me too as well. But that could still put them there at a 6 or 7 spot too as well. The Niners too as well. I have them going 12-5 and they're a 6 seed. I went through the schedule too as well. Like I think that's how good the NFC is honestly too as well. Where more than 5 losses, you're not making the playoffs in the NFC and all too as well. I think it's that good and all too as well. So it's something. Me putting the Eagles 7 is nothing against them. It's the competition in the NFC, in my opinion, all too as well. Why I have the Eagles at a 7 seed, maybe a 6 seed, maybe a 5 seed, because everyone's 12-5, so it's all tiebreakers and all too as well. So it's not a product of them. I just think it's a product of how good the NFC is too as well. I just think the Cowboys are a surprise team this year too as well. Honestly too as well, and it fits to. Before I get into the awards, at least, and I'll let the awards be, and let's talk about the playoff matchups that I have based on these standings and our seeds, I should say, at least, and all too as well. So, for the AFC, Baltimore has the bye, so they don't play in Wild Card Weekend. I got Buffalo and Cincy as well, the wild card games. These games are awesome, the way I drawed it up at least and all. But got Houston, Pittsburgh as the next one and all. Houston, typical wild card team. First wild card game at Houston. It should be in Houston because Pittsburgh won't have a division and all. Houston should have the division and also they'll have another home game there. And you got the Chiefs and the Broncos and all too as well. I'm gonna have some stunning picks here and all too as well. I got Cincy beating Buffalo. To get into the next round and all too as well. I know, I can't believe I'm doing it. I got Pittsburgh beating Houston in the wild card game at Houston. No one's ever done it, I think. Mike Tomlin's been close in these playoff games, even though he hasn't won them. He's been close. If he's able to do what he's been doing, he's got Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. It's a difference. If they're able to do it, if they're able to get to the playoffs, he's able to be healthy. They go 11-6, whatever it is to make the playoffs and all. Mike Tomlin, T.J. Watt, have Aaron Rodgers in these close games they've been in these playoffs. I think he is the best quarterback Tomlin's had since Roethlisberger. That may get him over the top to finally win a playoff game and all too as well. Give me Pittsburgh. KC, Denver. I'm going surprise here. Denver, 3 games facing that team, and it's not just any other 3 times. It could be the best defense in football you're seeing 3 times. That could be a 17-16 type of football game and all too as well. They know each other too well. You know what I mean? Denver may have the ingredient to stop the last minute bullshit and all too as well, and they have. It took remember I think the Broncos and Chiefs game. It was some weird field goal thing and all too as well. I don't know if someone came off sides. I don't remember how that ended, but it ended weird. And it was a last-second thing that the Broncos almost stopped the Chiefs from doing. At least I don't know if the Broncos missed a kick. It was something weird in the last minute, at least, and all too as well. So yeah. I believe the next game, the Chiefs chose not to play against the Broncos and gave the Broncos the win so they can make the playoffs and all too as well. So I thought it was more about the Chiefs not wanting to see the Bengals in the playoffs. But I think it's more that the Chiefs didn't want to bother playing the Broncos and all too as well. That division teams can make a difference and all. Like I'm waiting for the Bills, the Ravens, and the Houston Texans to beat the Chiefs. Maybe it's not them. Maybe it's someone in their division that has to beat them and all too as well because they know them too well. The Jets did it to my Patriots too as well, honestly. Even though the Ravens ended up beating us, it took some time. The Colts ended up beating us, but it took some time. You know what I mean and all too as well. So that's. I don't know. Even though the Ravens beat us in the playoffs and all too as well, they still never beat us and got over the hump, I should say. In 2015, what year did they go to the Super Bowl where the lights went out? This is 2013. Yeah, they beat us at least and all. Finally went over the hump. That's putting it in that nature at least and all too as well. Just for benefit of the other teams at least and all too as well that have been beaten. Even though like I said, the Ravens have had success against the pass. Ray Rice ran all over us in the '09 playoff game and all too as well. So I don't want to say like the Ravens struggled against us and all too as well, but still, just for a hump, getting over the hump and all, because they lost to us in the AFC Championship game too as well. Maybe it was the next year out. Yeah, it was probably the next year after they lost to us too as well. Trust me, now I'm thinking about it. I was nervous for that game and all too as well that the Ravens were going to beat us, and if it weren't for like the backwards pass, deep play to Amendola and all too as well. I don't know if we're winning that game and all too as well against them Ravens and all too as well. But I just think that, to my point at least, for me spitballing, I think the Broncos have the makeup. If they see the Chiefs in the playoffs for a third time, they could beat them and all too as well. They can stop that last minute crap that Mahomes and the Kelce's and the Reeds keep figuring out and all too as well. But give me the Broncos there, and with that, I would have Baltimore versus Cincy, and then Pittsburgh versus Denver, and I would have Baltimore versus Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship game, with the Ravens going to the Super Bowl and all too as well. And then in the NFC, Tampa Bay is my best seeded team, so they would get the bye. It would be Detroit versus Philly, Rams versus San Francisco, and Dallas versus Green Bay, which would be awesome because they're playing in the regular season, I believe, in Week 4 too as well. But give me the Lions to beat Philly. Give me the Niners to beat the Rams in that game and all, and give me Dallas beating Green Bay too as well. So that would end up having Tampa Bay facing San Francisco in one of the divisional games, and Dallas facing Detroit in the other. That's why I wanted to check about Dallas, because I had Dallas in the playoffs at least. So how deep did I have Dallas going? I don't have Dallas beating Detroit and all too as well. I have Tampa Bay. I think the best teams record-wise face each other in the NFC Championship game, and give me Tampa Bay to win that game and all. I think they resurrect their loss that they had against the Lions in 23 in that divisional game. Was it divisional game? I think divisional game. I think the Rams game was a wild card game for the Lions at least, and all. But yeah, because the Bucks won their first playoff game at least, against the Eagles and all too as well. I'll always remember that and all too as well. So, but I think they resurrect that loss against the Lions. They should be at home because I have them with the best record and all, and they'll be facing the Ravens in the Super Bowl. I think the Ravens do it. My real reason of me picking the Ravens to win the Super Bowl is just about Lamar Jackson. I'm pretty sure. I feel like I looked it up, so I don't want to. I'm going to stick with it. I think it's true. I think Lamar Jackson's currently 3-5 in the playoffs in his first 8 seasons of his career. Ironically, I think it's like 8 games and all. Sometimes you miss the playoffs and sometimes you have multiple games. So it's just ironic that it's just 8 seasons, 8 games and all. Peyton Manning, in his first 8 seasons of his career, was 3-5 in the playoffs too as well, honestly. I think in year 9 and all, he won himself a Super Bowl and beat Tom Brady at home at the RCA Dome after being down going into halftime and all too as well. So I'm putting Lamar Jackson in the same realm. His numbers are what Peyton Manning was doing in the 2000s. In the 2000s and 2010s and all too as well, classifying him as the best quarterback of that time, at least until Aaron Rodgers came through and all too. Just with stats and talent, we all know what Tom Brady is at least. So I'm just saying, with the stats and the talent and the MVPs and all that type of stuff, at least. Peyton Manning was that. He was winning MVPs but not winning championships at least. And I think by that time, I think he had 2 of them. I think one of them was a co-MVP with Steve McNair, at least all 2 as well. It could be 3 before the time that he won a championship too as well. Honestly, I think it was 2, just like Lamar, honestly, too as well. Lamar could, obviously because of last year, you can argue Lamar could have 3 too as well, honestly. But I just think he finally gets over the hump, honestly, too as well. His playoff games have always gotten better. It's just the starts have been bad. I think that's the last step for him to get there and all too as well. When you look at Peyton Manning and his struggles you look at Peyton Manning and his struggles in the playoffs too as well. It was a step-by-step ingredient. What he thought was working in the regular season was not working in the playoffs, and he had to be a little bit more of a tactician too as well, honestly. He was already a tactician by just airmailing the ball down the field and all, and just getting numbers and touchdowns and all that type of stuff, but more systematic, I feel like, too as well. I feel like that's what helped him win the Super Bowl against the Broncos, was developing that type of, still more of a cerebral type of thing in these tough moments, at least, and all too as well, more than flailing and all that type of stuff too as well. They blame Brady for the way the quarterback is protected and all. Peyton Manning was a big part of that too as well. So you see how much of a politician he is out here in the media too as well. Come on, they give Brady too much of that too as well. Manning did a whole lot more whining too as well with the referees and all too as well, and even the way he flailed and all. unathletic as a mother, but I'm just saying, as a mother trucker, that's what I'm trying to say. That at least not, but still though, what was it? What was my point? Yeah, there we go. Lamar Jackson is going into his 9th year and all, going 3-5 and all, been close so many times and all too as well. With the starts in these games, I think that's the last step of him of finally getting over the hump and getting to the Super Bowl and all too as well. It may help that to my scenario that Mahomes is not in the way at least and all, but we'll see if he has to deal with that demon at least and all too as well. But still, I just think Lamar Jackson is set with the team too. Like Josh Allen and the Bills are kind of like in the same boat, but I like what the Baltimore Ravens have built over the last 2 to 3 years more than what the Bills are always like. They're transitioning. Stephon Diggs let Stephon Diggs go, bring in the new young wide receivers and young tight end. Now this year, let go of some of the old defensive players and bring in some new fresh talent. At least, they're still trying to figure it out. Well, I think the Ravens are they're really at the door of really just getting over the hump and finally winning that championship and all. I think Lamar's doing it this year. I think he's my Super Bowl. I think he's the Super Bowl MVP too as well, honestly. And I think it's all about Lamar. It could be all about Lamar in the offseason at this time next year at least not too as well. Going into the season at least not too as well. But give me the Ravens as my Super Bowl champion at least not too as well. That's how I figured it out and digged it all out and all. Yep, I figured an hour and 20 minutes talking about this type of stuff. Man, I'm just ridiculous when it comes to it and all too as well. But real quick, since I got more into the mood of all that too as well. Let me give you some awards, my idea of who's winning these awards and all too as well. This is something that I'm just really spitballing on. I'm more confident about these team predictions. This stuff right here, I'm just spitballing. I don't even really know. But most valuable player, give me Mahomes. In the regular season, give me Mahomes and all. Offensive player of the year, give me Jahmyr Gibbs. I think the Lions are going to be running the ball more, and I think there's going to be some big break ability, or he has the ability, but more opportunity, I should say, with Jahmyr Gibbs at least. So I think he has a big year and all. DPOY, since I brought up Derek Stingley and all, I think I'm going with him. I feel like I brought up another name before, but it's not sticking to me the way Derek Stingley stuck to me. Oh yeah, there was someone on Denver that I would have gave it to, but even though I like their defense, it's because I like their defense a lot. Why I wanted to give them a player at least. No, but when I just mentioned Stingley's name, he really just stuck. Honestly, I think he's a big. He's their defense at least, and all too. And they got Will Anderson. That's what's crazy about their defense and all too as well. As much as I'm giving Denver the best, Texas is like right there and all. Those two players are the reason why, honestly, too as well. The hype I had for Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams, Derek Stingley and Will Anderson are realizing it at least and all too as well. That's why I like their defense so much. And D'Amico Ryans is a dope. He's a dope. Tactician, orchestrator for all of that, lack of a better word at least. No different with Brian Flores, what he's doing in Minnesota, but he doesn't have the players like those two players that D'Amico Ryans has and all too as well. So give me Derek Stingley, maybe Will Anderson too, because I think they're both dope together and all. Derek Stingley did some amazing things throughout the season and all. Will Anderson was so damn dope in the playoffs and all too as well. So give me that. Rookie of the year, since I'm high on the Titans, I'll go with Cam Ward there too as well. Comeback player of the year. Comeback player, Dak Prescott. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's an easy one for me. If I got the Cowboys making some noise, give me Dak Prescott's comeback player of the year and all too as well. Super Bowl MVP, like I said, is going to be Lamar Jackson with the Ravens. Coach of the year, give me since I'm high on the Cowboys and all, I'm going Brian Schottenheimer. That will win the Coach of the Year and all. Then Executive of the Year, based on my predictions. Let me see. There we go. I found it. Let me just get his name up. Yeah, because I love what they did for their offense this year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay Bucks GM. Who's their GM? Jason Light. Yeah, I would give it to Jason Light this year too. My executive of the year, honestly. I think he's gonna have an awesome year, honestly. Too. I think their offense is like Baker Mayfield had 41 touchdowns and 16 interceptions. I believe he was. Let me look at his stats. I'm really high on their offense this year. Yeah, I'm high on some offenses this year too as well. The Cowboys I'm high on too as well. Yeah, 4,500 on the dot, 41-16, 106 rating, 71% completion percentage for Baker Mayfield. And they added to it, and it's not like they don't have a running game, so they don't have to sit there and rely on the passing game all the time too as well. They can let that build up and all too as well. So it's just a lot of I like the Bucks a lot, honestly too. I like them so much that you would think I like them so much to win the Super Bowl. I just think it's Lamar's year and all too as well. And if the Ravens make the Super Bowl, I made a point about their NFC. They dominate them too as well. So I think they would relish to get into the Super Bowl, honestly, too as well. But those are my predictions and all too as well. I think that's it. I had myself going on for an hour 22. That's crazy too as well. But appreciate you guys listening. I'm definitely dropping an episode real quick. It's only because for the Red Sox, it's only because Payne Tolley is pitching tomorrow. So I definitely want a thumbnail on one of my episodes with Payne Tolley and all, especially if he flashes again and all too as well. So definitely gonna have an episode after the Red Sox game tomorrow and all. If not after, soon after, maybe sometime on Saturday. If they lose, we'll definitely see if I'm having another episode at least on too as well. But definitely want to get through those predictions and all too as well. That's just how I feel about the NFL season. That's just my chalk. You know what I mean? Going through the schedule at least on too as well. Just trying to be as unbiased as possible about how these games shake out at least on all too as well. So, but that's what I got going and all too as well. I do have some hate for the Eagles and also just in case people, the Eagles 7. When going over the bias, I can see someone beating them. You know what I mean? So I'm just like that with the Eagles and all. Everyone else fair shake, but with the Eagles at least and all too as well. Like I have them going, to be real, I have them going 12-5 and all too as well, or 11-6. Let's just be real, 11-6 and being the 7th seed. They can easily be a 13-4 team and be the best team in the NFC East and have a top 2-3. I don't think they're as good as the Detroit Lions and the Bucks. I'm not going to say that about the Eagles, and I'm comfortable saying that, but still be a 3 seed in the NFC, in the NFC going into the playoffs and being ready to defend their title and all too as well. But again, if you guys were watching or listening on the YouTube side, just press and like and drop us a comment and subscribe. Yeah, I don't know if I just said that. And if you guys are on the podcast platform side, please leave us a rating, add us to your library for past, present, and future episodes and all too as well. So I appreciate you guys listening, signing off, and I'll be back really soon to talk about them Red Sox and all too as well. But have a good one.